This is Anthony with True Diamond Heart, continuing our video series on meditation and mindfulness. Now, last time we were brought to the idea of how we identify ourselves. Now, we're going back to the why, which was our first video. Why? Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we being mindful? We've been investigating and just touching on the experience of mindfulness. Why? Why do we want to identify more broadly? What is it about the identification with these thoughts and feelings, what I called my little life last time, your little life? Perhaps you felt insulted by that. What felt insulted? The little life felt insulted, because anybody who's starting to contact and has contact with the grander, magnificent self will just say, oh yeah, that is a small self, relatively. Because there's an absolute self that is magnificent and whole and encompasses all that is, was, and will be. And that, how can that be insulted by the truth? Now, why? Why do we want to identify with something larger than this small self? Well, this small self is living and dying. It's up and down all the time. Things happen that it likes, things happen that it doesn't like. If it's not in this process that we are now entering into together of mindfulness meditation, spiritual, emotional, psychological expansion, then what it's doing is seeking pleasure and avoiding pain if it has its survival needs met. If not, we're all seeking our survival needs. But after that, we're just seeking pleasure and avoiding pain, which is a very up and down, unstable, and frustrating existence. Even if you have all the money and all the seeming means to fulfill those pleasures, those drives, those desires, it never leaves you satisfied, never leaves you feeling free or in control. You're always craving, desiring more, not quite getting the same buzz, bored. That's not fulfilling. It's just not. I've had enough of that to know it's not fulfilling. And maybe you have as well, probably. As we identify more broadly, as we become more mindful, and as we meditate, which we'll get into very soon in this series, we start to see and experience and know ourselves as something much, much larger than this body and its 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 110 years, however long it lives. And its incredible history, right? All these incredible histories. But there's something so much bigger that I have access to be in my consciousness and my experience that will actually satisfy me, that will leave me feeling at home, at ease, in a state of love, not lonely, not bored, not craving, simply creative, simply joyful, simply in service, expansion of love and help and joy and compassion and whatever it is we can do for those others that allow us to do what we can do for them, because we realize that they, in truth, are us, because we start to broaden our identification automatically. We don't say, I will broaden my identification. We do these practices and identification broadens of itself. And with it comes our joy and our ease of life, our authenticity. Oh, no faces for that one and this one, and remember this lie and that thing and that pretense and the other thing, and just peace, peacefulness, and a joy and a beauty. And that's what you crave. It's called freedom, which is just another word for responsibility, which is just another word for beauty. Stay with us as we continue and expand and start to experience more of mindfulness and meditation.